All right, what's up, guys? Sanch here, and welcome back to another episode of Bodybuilding News Today. In today's episode, we are going to do a review of the 2020 Europa Pro Spain, specifically the 212 class. So if you guys are interested, as always, make sure you stay tuned. All right, let's get right into this one, guys, as the guys come out on the stage. Obviously, we have Angel Calderon winning the Europa Pro, a Spain native. And right behind him, we have Oleh, I can never get his name right, Oleh from Ukraine. He got second. And Vlad, Alfred got third. So that's going to be your top three. Right now, we have Vlad in the middle with the blue trunks, and we have Angel in the baby blue to his left, and we have Oleh in the red. And we're starting off with the front double here. They put Angel in the middle here. And I'll be real honest, just looking at this right off the bat, my eyes automatically go to Vlad in the blue trunks on the left. And they also go all the way to the right there in the black trunks. I like the way he's holding his shot. It's a little different than everyone else's. It emphasizes the smaller waist, and of course the vacuum obviously is going to emphasize the smaller waist as well. And it is what it is with the footage quality. It's pretty painful trying to get anything decent out of this show. We're still waiting on the really high quality photos to come out, but I wanted to go ahead and try catching up. I've missed so much content on vacation. I wanted to really get back into it and get you guys this review out. But for the most part, Angel's looking really soft in this shot. Pretty much like zero definition in the midsection, very watery chest. I'd almost give the front double to Oleh here on the right in the red trunks. Much better definition in the midsection, and even better definition in the arms and somewhat in the chest as well. The front lat spread is a very interesting one. So obviously Angel's going to have the absolute mass. He just looks ginormous in this shot. But Oleh does give him a run for the money in some cases. His chest looks almost a little bit more conditioned, and his arms even look a little bit more conditioned. It could be lighting. It could be actual conditioning. It's really hard to tell with the quality of the live stream here. And pretty much there's no standouts worth mentioning. Some of the guys have better conditioning. The guy all the way on the left has much better conditioning in the midsection, but really isn't up to par with the size compared to the rest of the guys. And even Vlad does look good in this shot. I wish he were to open up his chest a little bit more, drive his chest towards the ceiling would really help him look a lot bigger, a lot fuller, and it'd probably emphasize the midsection to make it look a little bit more like how Angel is holding his, if you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about there. And on this side chest here, very interesting decisions on some of these competitors, especially Angel, pretty much standing straight up, completely hiding the hamstring sweep. Although he does have such massive leg development, it still looks like he has bigger legs compared to everyone else. It's just surprising to see him not emphasize the hamstrings as much by sitting into the hamstrings. Case in point, Vlad and Oleh, of course, are doing the squat down into the side chest where it emphasizes the hamstring sweep. And for the most part, this is going to be a good tie between Angel and Oleh. Vlad still, it looks like he's lacking some leg development, a little bit of size, and the other guys just look like they're not being able to get a good, fair comparison next to these other guys. And actually, looking at the scorecard real quick, I'll pause it as they're transitioning into their back double bicep right here. If you look at the scorecard, 3 and 4, Vlad, Alfred, and D'Angelo Pasquale, they actually both got the same score. They both got 22. So it was actually a lot closer than I initially thought when I started this video. Looking at the scorecard, it looks like it was a pretty heated competition. And that really does come into play here in this back double bicep, where some people really fade away in the back double. But it looks like here in the 212 at Europa, a lot of these guys are looking very sharp. Especially Angel looks like he's getting a little bit harder, a little bit sharper the longer he poses. I'm not going to lie to you, he did look fairly soft in the beginning of the transitional shots here, but he does look like he's coming in a lot better. It looks like he's burning off some of that water, excess water. But overall, it's kind of tough to judge this one. Angel just looks very watery from these live stream video. Obviously, he's probably looking a lot better in person. It's very tough to tell. But I would honestly give the back double to Oleh, another shot to Oleh. The trap development and conditioning, also with the hamstring, you can see a lot more tie-ins compared to Angel there. So I'd have to give this one to Oleh again. So another shot to Oleh. And here on this lat spread, another shot I'd have to give to Oleh. He's really starting to really push the envelope here and really challenge Angel for this first place placing. I think he has, I mean, he really does have a lot prettier lines. It looks like his conditioning is much better. I guess we're just gonna have to find out as we keep transitioning through these shots. But this could be an upset. I think Oleh could possibly win this whole thing if Angel didn't absolutely dominate on that front double and that front lat. Just has so much more size. Here on this ab and thigh, kind of tough to say here. Hard to tell of really any conditioning. Again with Vlad and his posing, his chest just looks completely washed out. Where I pause it right here, I'd hope that he would hold the position just a little differently. Maybe put the hands a little bit farther behind the head. Maybe that would help emphasize the pectoral region and let those lines come out a little bit more. But it literally looks like a Ken doll right now for Vlad. And we'll just keep going here. But really, the tail of the take is Oleh and Angel side by side this whole show, really battling for that first and second place in these most muscular shots. A lot of feathering and striations on Ollie's chest. And, I mean, honestly, Angel just looks really watery. He definitely is going to be the bigger guy coming into the show. He's definitely one of the better placing competitors in previous shows, especially last year's Olympia. He made in that top 10 call out. So he definitely has the record, the history to compete with these big boys on the Olympia stage. But here it looks like he dropped the ball somewhat in conditioning. I honestly would give this show to Oleh. I don't see, I mean, really, except for those two shots, the front double and the front lat, everything else I would give to Oleh. And even someone like D'Angelo Pasquale in the blue trunks, the other guy, he looks very well conditioned as we go through these the pose downs here, these side chests and whatnot. It's a lot easier to see the conditioning as we transition through these. And again, the guy on the far right, I wish I knew him off the top of my head, his name, but black trunks looks, I mean, he looks fantastic. When he is ready to pose and he is holding everything properly, I mean, he looks absolutely amazing. The vacuum is bar to none compared to the rest of the guys on the stage. But I do have to give credit where credit is due. Angel does look very large. He has veininess where he needs it. And when he does do his side obliques, you do see the feathering and striations and even those deep cuts in those obliques. So obviously he is in shape. But the real question is, did he really bring the conditioning that he needed to beat Oleh? I honestly don't think so. I think there's enough shots that Ollie won to give him that nod from the judges to get the win. But as we transition to the end of the video, I have the actual award ceremony, and we have Angel being awarded the first place medal and the cash prize. Well, I mean, it's a check prize, but I'm very interested to hear what you guys have to say about this one. A lot of people did not talk about the 212 for the Europa Spain. A lot of people were really focusing on the open class, with everyone getting super excited about Big Ramy and Rafael Brandeo and Hollingshead or Hollingshed, James Hollingshed, all those guys. They were very excited for those guys, but it was absolutely it was very painful to try to find good quality footage of the 212 here at the Europa Spain. But as we kind of get to them handing out these prizes, you can really get a last shot, last view of the conditioning that was brought here. So Angel and Ollie right there. I mean, I still think Ollie had better conditioning. I don't know, guys. I really could see Ollie winning this show. But I'm not too upset. It was a pretty much perfect score for Angel, and it was a perfect second place scoring for Ollie, getting 3s across the board and 6s across the board. So there really wasn't any question in the judge's mind exactly who was going to win. But it definitely does leave a question in my mind. Was there potentially a hometown advantage? Obviously, Angel Calderon being a Spain native and this being a Spain Pro show begs the question, could there have been some politics? But overall, like I said, it was a pretty clean scorecard across the board, 3s and 6s. So there really wasn't any question in the judges' minds. But that's my question to you guys. How did you guys see this show coming out? Where did you guys see people placing? I definitely did have Angel winning this show, just based off of his track record. He's one of the better placing competitors. Like I said earlier, he's one of the better placing competitors at the Olympia lineup. So, another question, and I'll leave this with you as we finish up the show, is where do you see Angel placing this year at the 212 Olympia? Now, obviously, there's going to be some competitors that might not be able to get to Las Vegas here in December for the Mr. Olympia 212. So there is definitely a possibility for people to move up in the rankings. Obviously, Angel being one of the competitors that would be a foreign competitor that might have difficulties getting into the U.S. But if Angel can get to Las Vegas this year, where do you see Angel placing at this year's 212 Mr. Olympia? And that'll do it for the show, guys. I really appreciate you guys stopping and checking out another episode of Bodybuilding News Today. If you guys enjoy the show, definitely leave a like and subscribe if you'd like to see more bodybuilding news today. We have lots more content coming out in the future. And if you guys would like to support me on a personal level, you can always go to goldenarrownutrition.com and use my sponsored athlete code Sanj15, or go to sups.com if you want to buy a large variety of different brands like Redcon 1 and Blackstone and all the big brands. You can go there and use Sanj10, and that would also help me out as well. And that will do it for another episode of Bodybuilding News Today. Like always, I'm your host, Sanj. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.